Socially, she stood much higher than Sarah Ann Binson. They were both old schoolmates and friends of Temperance Dent, who had asked them, one day not long before she died, if they would not come together and look after the house and manage everything when she was gone. She may have had some hope that they might become closer friends in this period of intimate partnership, and that the richer woman might better understand the burdens of the poorer. They had not kept the house the night before. They were too weary with their care of their old friend, whom they had not left until it was all over. There was a brook which ran down the hillside very near the house, and the sound of it was much louder than usual. When there was silence in the kitchen, the busy stream had a strange insistence in its wild voice, as if it tried to make the watchers understand something that related to the past. I declare, I can't begin to sorrow for Tempe yet. I am so glad to have her at rest, whispered Mrs. Crow. It is strange to sit here without her, but I can't make it clear that she is gone. I feel as if she had got easy and dropped off to sleep, and I'm more scared about waking her up than knowing any other feeling. Yes, said Sarah Ann, it's just like that, ain't it? But I tell you, we are going to miss her worse than we expect. She's helped me through with many a trial, has Temperance. I ain't the only one who says the same, neither. These words were spoken as if there were a third person listening, somebody beside Mrs. Crow. The watchers could not rid their minds of the feeling that they were being watched themselves. The spring wind whistled in the window crack now and then, and buffeted the little house in a gusty way that had a sort of companionable effect. Yet, on the whole, it was a very still night, and the watchers spoke in a half-whisper. She was the freest-handed woman that ever I knew, said Mrs. Crow decidedly. According to her means, she gave away more than anybody. I used to tell her 'twan't right. I used really to be afraid that she went without too much, for we have a duty to ourselves. Sister Binson looked up in a half-amused, unconscious way, and then recollected herself. Mrs. Crow met her look with a serious face. It ain't so easy for me to give as it is for some, she said simply, but with an effort which was made possible only by the occasion. I should like to say, while Tempe is laying here yet in her own house, that she has been a constant lesson to me. Folks are too kind and shame me with thanks for what I do. I ain't such a generous woman as poor Tempe was, for all she had nothing to do with, as one may say. Sarah Binson was much moved at this confession, and was even pained and touched by the unexpected humility. You have a good many calls on you, she began, and then left her kind little compliment half-finished. Yes, yes, but I've got means enough. My disposition's more of a cross to me as I grow older, and I made up my mind this morning that Tempe's example should be my pattern henceforth. She began to knit faster than ever. "'Tain't no use to get morbid. That's what Tempe used to say herself," said Sarah Ann, after a minute's silence. "Ain't it strange to say used to say?" And her own voice choked a little. She never did like to hear folks get going about themselves. "'Twas only because they're apt to do it so as other folks say it was not so and praise 'em up," humbly replied Mrs. Crow, "and that ain't my object. There weren't a child but what Tempe set herself to work to see what she could do to please it. One time, my brother's folks had been stopping here in the summer from Massachusetts. The children was all little."